Okay, so I'm pretty sure my typical day is not the typical day in average land. So let's have story time. Yesterday, I am driving from the big city to the woods, middle of nowhere country land. Because if you live in a big city, it's very important to find some Mother Nature in your life so you can ground yourself and remember who you are sometimes. Okay, so getting close to my destination. Now, there are no street lights. There's just woods and curves and deer and nothing. There's nothing. So I get into one particular area where the speed limit goes from 35 to 45, and two cars ahead of me, the car is going 25 and then 35. So, I'm sure everybody wanted to go at least the speed limit. But in my head, I said, he's going so ridiculously slow. Maybe there is some bigger reason for this. Maybe there is something going on up ahead that's just kind of forcing us to have to follow the leader. Sometimes there's purpose for this. So, okay, put that thought aside. Continued on a little bit of my way. All the cars decided to go the one direction, and it's just me going to the right. Free, let's go. Okay, go around a big curve, and there's a big straightaway. So I take my brake lights off, and there's a car coming, pretty far away. And in front of me, I saw like a big black mass. It looked like a big shadow. Like I've had bears run in front of my car before. It kind of looked like if it was a bear, but there wasn't anything. So I was like, oh, that was weird. It was like a trick of my lights, high beams to low beams. I thought I saw something, whatever. But, I'm on high alert. Let's say that. So back to my high beams, go around a curve, around another curve. And there is a kid in the middle of the road, in the middle of the woods, on a four-wheeler that I have to go around because he's in the road, in the dark, in the woods, on a road where people do not know how to drive usually, and he doesn't have a back light. What is going on? All right, so my typical day, here we go. I might not have children, but in this life, do you understand how many people I have mommied in situations? So I'm like, oh my God, he's going to get hit. What are you doing? So there's nowhere to pull over. It's the woods and it's windy. There's not like a side for you to like put your freaking hazards on and wait. So I'm going around a couple curves. I put my hazards on. I slow down. My mom happens to call me at that time. I'm like, I need to call you back. There's a kid in the road in a four-wheeler and he's going to get hit and I don't understand what's happening right now. So the next place I could pull into was this driveway that goes way up. There's nowhere else to go. I'm kind of halfway up the driveway. Two cars come by. I'm like, oh my God. So what do? I go on my thing. I get my baton out, the blinky thing. And I'm like, oh, come over here. So two cars go by. This kid comes up in his four-wheeler. I'm like, what are you doing? What are you doing? You understand I couldn't see you. You look like a big black mass from behind. You cannot see your front light at all. I was like, look, he's like a kid. He looked like he was like 16. So he's like, my backlight went out and I just want to get home. And this road's a couple of, mile and a half or so up the road. So I'm like, get out of the road now. So get him to pull over. I have my hazards on. I mommy him on something like, look at all you out there. Have lights on your things, your bikes, if you have a bike, you get yourself a helmet. And be smart like you care about yourself. Do not ever rely on other people to not hit you because most people are stupid or not paying attention or on their phones or doing something and they're not conscious. So look out for you, yo. Look out for you. You have to. Don't put your life in the hands of retards coming up the road. Okay? So getting that out of the way. So, because I like to keep some fun lights in my car, I have the dollar store like emergency whatever lights. So we tie this on the back of his four-wheeler. I'm like, where are you going? You gotta look out for you. You understand? You're not visible. All right, so taking a breath. We tie the light to the back of his four-wheeler, and I say, where are you going? All right, we let a couple cars go by. I'm like, you're gonna pull out. I'm gonna go behind you like 20 miles an hour or whatever with my hazards on, and we're gonna make all these suckers wait until you get to the road you need to get on, okay? So he's like, okay, thank you. So he pulls out. It's the biggest curves ever. Seriously, if he was going by any of those, and any of those cars was coming around the curve, they would not have seen him. So I'm going to put out another warning. If any of you are at bars and stuff and you're drinking, don't drink and drive. You get someone to drive you. God forbid you had any alcohol in your system and thank God that kid is okay. All I have to say is thank you, God, for having me be the one that was behind him, because I'm the best driver I know. If I didn't do anything else in this life, I should have been a stunt car driver. So maybe we should put some driving tips on this thing as we go. But for right now, the cars are going behind me at 20 miles an hour. And because I didn't want anyone to be a little stupid and try to go around because we were going so slow and you can't see what's in front of me, I'm sticking my baton, can you see it, out my window. Which one? It was maybe that one, the flashy one, right? Flashy out the window in case somebody wanted to go around me or something stupid. And we just slowly went down the road. He gave me the thumbs up when he was where he needed to be. I continued along my way, came home, thought about making a video, and spent a little time crying. So I wasn't going to make that video yesterday. I was a little emotional. I'm just happy he was okay. So I didn't get your name. If by chance, kid, you ever see this, I'm really glad that you're okay. And I hope that you're smarter next time and you put some glow sticks in your pocket. And don't go on the road where you're not supposed to be, where people don't know how to drive. Look out for you, okay? And everybody else who's going really fast on the road, always know that there might be a deer or a person or something there. So look out. And I guess the third lesson is when you get that little thing in your stomach and that weird thought in the back of your head, oh, I wonder why I'm going slow. Maybe there's something. Pay attention to that, okay? Pay attention to that. It's usually right. Because I got 2 little warning signals before I got there. And had I not been hyper aware that, whoa, that was weird. Oh, that was weird. It was nothing. That something may be coming. What if I didn't see him? So, God bless you, honey. I am so glad you got home okay. And, I don't know, just a typical day for me. So, glad you're all right. Glad I was there to be helpful. And that's my story of the day.